probably need to move my camera a little bit. Really having a hard time with the computer again today, and my hair looks like a hot mess. Hi dear. Trying to get mini chat to work. I don't know. Let me see if I can get mini chat. Oh, that's how that works. Figuring it out. So that if you type live in the comments, you'll get a response to know when I go live. Activated. Cool deal. I'll figure that one out. So it said you joined, and now it says you're at Wreath Addiction. So which are you? I wanted to download pictures from my phone to this computer so that I don't have to keep sending the same picture when I'm going live, and it won't download. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So, why don't you hop on, say hello. Thanks for joining. I'm off today, and I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. So some colors I was looking at. So, I'm about 4 hours later than I wanted to be getting downstairs to start crafting, but I'll remove that camera too. Oh, I guess it's not too bad. Can you guys see okay? Hey, Amanda, how are you? I was just watching a Zoom call earlier, the Bow Sunday, I think. The picture that you posted about the Zoom with the stuff from Walmart, was that just this past Sunday? Because it may not be uploaded yet, so. So anyway, so I'm getting ready to make several patriotic things. I'm hoping to whip out something later today for my parents' headstone, so I can get it out there before the before Memorial Day. But anyway, we'll see. So I bought a sign similar to this at St. Patrick's Day from, where'd I get it from? I was thinking I got it from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I ran across this sign, and this is at Walmart actually. And so I'm going to be using an 18-inch wreath frame. And I haven't really decided. I think I'm going to use burlap. Oh, thanks. It was from this past Sunday. I don't think she's downloaded that one yet, but I have a bunch of that already. So I'm really interested to see what you guys did on Sunday, so that maybe I can get some new ideas and things. And the other thing you said on there was, and I still don't quite understand, and I'm hopefully be able to talk to it about that on the Zoom call, is using my square for sales, so that I can get credit for my sales on Etsy. But a lot of my sales are local, so I guess I'm apprehensive about that. Hi, Sandy. So anyway, so hopefully I'll get that figured out, but it'll be a little bit later, because I've sold, in 2 days, I sold 5 wreaths, and they were all locally. So, and then I did have that craft fair on Sunday, or Saturday, and everybody there, though nobody had debit card, they just had cash. I guess I probably could have put that through on Etsy as cash, but I didn't, so next time I will do that. So, I only had 3 sales, so it was just like, we didn't have really good service there. Was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, podunk towns where we live. So anyway, hi Lori, thanks for watching, thanks for joining. So I think I'm going to use burlap. Hey Kathleen, thanks for joining. So anyway, so I'm going to use burlap as the base, and then I have some. Let's find it real quick. dogs are gonna go crazy now. Sorry guys, I need to get one of those things like you have, Amanda, that you know, it's like a commercial. It plays while you're out looking for your stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to use burlap as the base, and then I've got this. I found this at Old Time Pottery, and it's red and white and blue. And I thought that this would actually match very, very well. So I think I'm going to do some ruffles in that, maybe some woodland ruffles, so to give it some poof. And then my plan is to have, I'm actually going to kind of off-center this, and then have a bow, a big bow on the side. So really not a lot of embellishments. This, ruffles, and a bow. That's pretty much what it's going to be. So anyway, we have a Zoom call today, I do believe, to go over mini chat. I'm hoping that I got that set up correctly today, because it won't let me schedule that like it used to. So I did go in, first time I ever, like after I already started my live, found my video. So anyway, I also wanted to tell everybody, were you getting ready to go bowling? Oh, cool. Thanks, Cam. I'm doing great. Thanks for joining. So I hit my 1,000 likes, and I'm going to give away a couple of signs. So later this afternoon, I am going to review how to do the King Sumo. So that will be going out for you guys to subscribe to that. Click links, follow the directions. It's very easy. It helps. That way, I'm not the one picking the winner, because that's not really, you know, this way it picks the winner for us. So I have these two signs for sure, and I haven't really thought about anything else. I was trying to make sure it was something that was a little bit Highland, easy for shipping, because I'm not great on shipping yet, and things like that. I don't make kits, so may see about throwing some ribbon in there also. So yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you everybody. It would not be possible without all your support of my business, and telling your friends about me. So, oh, thank you, Kathleen. I'm praying for your dad. Good luck to you. 98. My dad's birthday was yesterday in heaven. He would have been 83. So he's been gone for 29 and a half years. So a long time. I miss him, but every time I post my picture about him, I definitely see my son. My son looks just like my dad. And they never got to meet. I was pregnant with him whenever my dad passed away. So it's really sad, because I think my dad would just have been tickled to death to have a child that looked just like him, although my brothers all kind of look like him too. So, but I think Josh looks like him more than even my brothers, so which is kind of neat. So very special. So anyway, so what is everybody doing today? I'm so excited. I'm off today. Because I have to work Saturday and Sunday. So, but trying a new on-call schedule. And I'm not on call 24/7 from Friday till Sunday. I'm only on call. I see patients on Saturday from 8 to 5 and Sunday from 8 to 5. So I may actually get to do a live Saturday night. Friday night, I think we're going to go with some friends. So I have my craft show. I don't know if anybody saw my videos from the craft show. Very, very wet there, and it was very windy. But we didn't have any rain, so I have to be thankful about that. I know, I don't know what to do with it, Amanda. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just too lazy to take time from crafting and stuff to go get it cut. The truth of it, just trying to fix a schedule, you know, figure out a schedule to go. I was at Walmart this morning, and I thought, I should just go there, because there's a lady there that has cut my hair before, and she does a really good job. But I didn't go. I'm like, oh well. As long as I can keep my bangs out of my eyes a little bit, so that I can start putting it behind my ears, that might not be so bad. So we'll see. I'm in no big hurry. I have nowhere to go. So, so this is an 18-inch wreath form. So anyway, so Saturday we got home, and I just was watching Scott's video, and he was talking about cleaning, and somebody else said something about cleaning, and I'm like, so I cleaned all day Sunday, and started Saturday night actually, and all day Sunday, and then I cleaned a little bit more today. It's still not done, because I craft all the time, and I work, so there's really not a lot of cleaning that goes on here. So really needs to be, like, take one room and do the walls and the woodwork and everything, but I did the woodwork in the rooms that were the worst because of the dogs. On the other rooms, they weren't so bad, so just kind of left that. So anyway, yeah, I looked at a video from whenever I first started doing lives, and I couldn't believe how short my hair was there. So alright. You know, the one thing about using this stuff is that you definitely cannot wear the same clothes if you decide to go out, because there will be shavings everywhere. So I do get this. This is from Hobby Lobby. I will use probably the whole roll, possibly. May not, because I'm going to be doing the woodland ruffle though. So, oh, I guess that fell down. I'm having such issues with my stuff falling. So I have several forms made up for the pancake wreath. So I had those hanging up over there. Guess that didn't work out. I'm running out of room. I'm running out of room. So I'm saving up my money so I can get Susie's mesh roller, but I wasn't really going to be doing this as a business, really, and my son made this for me. So, and it does a very good job, but Susie's mesh roller is a lot more thoughts put into it, because she, you know, had been doing this for a while and knew what was really needed and what was going to make life easier for people making wreaths. So I would suggest that you check out Susie's. I will post my affiliate link shortly if you're interested. We do make a little bit of money from our affiliate links, enough to probably buy a package of gum or maybe a candy bar. That would be what I want, a candy bar. So I've been shopping. I went today to get styrofoam in order to replace the flowers in my parents' headstone, and I didn't come back with what I needed because nobody had what I wanted. So anyway, but I found a bunch of other things, of course. So I have a lot of stuff. I'm going to try a different type of swag hugger for my parents. I'm not quite sure. I put probably 3, maybe 4 things on my parents' headstone since I started doing this, and I've never had any problems. So I don't know if it was stolen or if the wind caught it. So, but my Easter one is gone. So so anyway, so I thought, well, I'm going to do a different version, something that's very cute but maybe not quite as expensive, and see if it happens to get blown away. If it does, then I'm probably just going to start doing the flowers on the side, and you know, my mom wouldn't want me to be putting money out there just for somebody else to steal it. She would be very upset about that. So anyway, so I'm going to do 10-inch poofs. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, and I opened that up and still didn't put my stuff on there. I feel like it's been forever since I've done a live. I really do. So I'm almost like not knowing what to do. It'll all come back, I'm sure. But so yesterday morning before, actually, if you want to know the truth, hi Diane, thanks for joining. If you want to know the truth, while I was driving to my first visit yesterday, I posted some of my items that I had left that I still have for sale on just put them on Facebook on my Wreath Addiction page, and I sold 5 things yesterday. So I was pretty excited. So usually, like I telling Amanda about the, you know, you want to get credit for Etsy if you're trying to do this as a business. I'm thinking I need to do 12 on the outside row. Let's see what 12 looks like. So anyway, so I invoiced through PayPal for a couple of them. So now I know how to do that. That was like really, you know, like I was so apprehensive on trying to figure out how to do that. And then once you learn how to do it, it's okay. So then now I got to figure out Etsy and how to do the square, because I want to get some stuff going there. And I'm going to be posting some ribbon. That's the one thing I did forget. I was going to get a trifold thing so I could take a picture of my ribbon. Just don't want it to be too bulky, and so let's see what 10 looks like again. So anyway, we'll see. Let's go around 10 and see. So, but I'm going to be selling some ribbon in 3-yard increments and putting it on Etsy. So that's my goal for this week, to get a few of those listed, and then fix some of my listings from that I have left on there, to make sure that my listings are accurate and will draw attention to people who are searching. And I haven't put anything in Amazon Handmade in a long time either. I probably need to update that at some point. Just keep telling me I have updates. I don't care, I'm not doing an update right now. So, June's coming. I'm so excited. I can't wait for June to get here so that I can meet the Soul Sisters. Hey Maggie, thanks for joining. So I'm assuming that our Zoom call on MiniChat is going to be at, I think, 6 o'clock my time, because Lori's an hour later than I am. From what I can see from the votes, that's the time frame that won. So this is the sign we're going to make. It's going to be pretty big, but I'm going to offset it just a tad by the time we get the poofs on here. Hey Janet! Oh, Kentucky. So I live very near St. Louis, Missouri, so we're all about the Blues right now, since they won the other evening. So we hear a lot of Gloria on the radio. Yeah, 7 Eastern, yeah, I think. Oh, that came apart. So has anybody made the pancake wreaths? I wanted to finish watching Lori's live that she did with the pinwheels. It looks so cute. I haven't really figured out how to do those. I thought that would be really something neat too to add to that. So I'm surprised it hasn't started raining here yet, to be honest. It's been very cloudy today. But of all the wreaths that I sold the last day, I think all but one was a patriotic wreath. So I don't have any patriotic wreaths left. So I have to really get some on the ball here. So that's okay, because now I can make some different ones. I think I still have a bunch of like Christmas stuff left, so hopefully And I have I'm doing a craft show in the fall. Hopefully when I do that one, some of those will sell. Plus I'll have some new stuff. So that's what I'm trying to start working on, like getting some Halloween. The witches hats were a big seller for me last year in October. So I'm definitely going to be watching for that to order a case of those, because I sold a lot of those. So I'm going to make some of those. Sold more witches hats. I did a couple of Santa hats, but the witch hat thing sold the most, because I add some legs to them. Some of them I added legs and, you know, lots of stuff. So lots of things you could do with it. Hopefully I'm not talking too low. So I got up and took the grandchildren. Actually, the one grandchild walked to school. The other one rode with me. So I got to do that this morning. Then I headed to Walmart because they're staying all night tonight. So I had to get some snacks. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I clean my house, just makes me more frustrated that it's not the way I want it, or that I need something different. So I did order an area rug because I didn't have one under my dining room table. So I ordered an area rug, and I'm like, When I cleaned the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, I really could use a new shower curtain and new rugs on the floor. I didn't order any of that yet, but I've been thinking about that for a long time, because I haven't bought anything new. I've changed out the shower curtain thing, but we've lived here for 7 years, so I think I've had it for 7 years. So it's time for a new one. So what's everybody doing today? This is so unusual for me to be on a weekday in the afternoon. So Duke's outside, and I think Thor and Lucy are upstairs barking at Duke. I brought them down. I let him outside so that I did mention pancake wreath. I mentioned Lisa. Lori. I mentioned Lori. Lori's from Hardworking Mom. And the pancake wreath I had is sold, but it's on my Facebook page. It's the one with the flip-flops. I posted it twice. I posted it after I made it as a pancake wreath. Let me see if I can find it. I mentioned Lori. Lori from Hardworking Mom. That's probably one of the last wreaths I did last week, possibly. My pictures are not downloading to my computer, otherwise I would just go there. And I don't think they're on. Let's see. Photos, let's see. So let's see. So I shared it on my Wreath Addiction page. So hi Amy, I'm sorry. Hi. Yeah, Lori. Yeah, Lori from Hardworking Mom. And she may have done that in her private group. I'm not sure. I'm in her what is it, Wreath therapy on steroids, that she just helps, you know, give us ideas on, and show us how to do different techniques and things. So that might have been on her on our page for her private group. It's very possible. So, or it could have been on YouTube, so you might check that one out. Yeah, Sincerely Creative Melly, right, actually. Yeah, Melly Mel, yep. She does. Thank you, Diane, for saying that. Yep, I learned that from Brenda from Wreaths by Busy Bee Creations, and she learned it from watching Melly Mel. Absolutely. Yep. A new style for somebody who has a front door. In fact, my daughter-in-law's got that wreath right now. So she has a really, I think her door is smaller than most. Everything that we put on her door. Everything we put on her door seems to get smashed, so. Normally I do my pipe cleaners a little differently on an 18 than I did today. We'll see how it works out. I think it's going to be okay. I normally take them and I actually just lay them across to make sure that they're going to meet the next one. I don't make very many 18-inch wreath frames anymore. They're pretty big, because even whenever they're done, they're really big. So once in a while. These are about 10 to 11. I kind of added an inch on the inside ones so that it would cover in between that spot there. I wanted to find, does anybody know where the, was that in a Zoom? I do believe that Lori taught what they learned how to do at Khalees. I didn't get to finish watching that video either. I don't know what was going on, but I didn't get to finish watching it, and I would really want to see that technique. So, I don't know if it was on a Zoom or if it was on a YouTube. I don't know. I thought I'd ask today when we get on our Zoom call. I'm gonna really get mad at this stupid computer. I keep canceling this thing that tells me I have an update, and it keeps popping up, making me aggravated. So if you're wanting to get alerts whenever I go live, please type live or alert in the comments and then follow the automated bot. I think you have to type yes after you get your reply, and that will be a messenger that you'll get your reply. I'm hoping it's working. Sonyam. Sonyam? Is that how you say your name? Sonyam? Thank you. Where are you from? I don't think I've seen you on my lives before. You're new. Now that's gonna make me mad. I hear my little dog up there whining. I may have to run up there, take care of them. Sorry guys. They're worse than having children. You know? Not worse, but they just as much care as children, that's for sure. Oh, that's why. I was wondering what's going on. That's my fault. My fault, my fault, my fault. It's supposed to be in the center here. And it just didn't get it tight enough. So whenever you're making your own wreath forms, which I've had it happen to me on the ones that I've had pre-made too, sometimes those things just don't stay where you want them. You do have to pull them pretty tight. So I let the dog, my son's dog, outside, and I thought, well, that way then my dogs could be down here because they all don't get along. So my dogs could come down here. So are they down here? No. So I'm just gonna go let Duke back in and put my dogs upstairs. Now, if they couldn't be down here, they're going to be at the door whining to come down. But I'm pretty sure the mailman's already been here, so I don't know what they're barking at. The dust just flies off of this stuff. Alright, so I'm almost back around. It's my last one. Let me see what I got left here. See what we're going to do. I really think I am going to finish that. I don't even know how many ties I got on here. 19, 18 looks like. Alright, so let's see. There really is no like certain method to this per se. I just want to get some more coverage so it's not thin. So what I've got going on here so far is like every other one, so we'll see how that's going to work out. I think I have some more of this mesh too if I need it. So and the ones that I have open here are probably going to be the ones that get the ties, and like the ones in the center are probably not going to get as many because there's not going to be a lot there anyway. My grandson said the cutest thing this morning, and somebody just commented on it. I took him to school, and I typed, you know, I took our picture, and I said I get to take him to school this morning or whatever, and he says, I just read everything you wrote. And I said, you did? What did I say? He says, I can't remember. I really have a bad short-term memory. It's like, my short-term memory is bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're too young for that comment. So let's see. He's funny. Oh, that looks like it's too big, too much. I think I need to go. What is that? Hey Kathy, how are you? And then the other, oh thanks, I got this at the little store that I got the cow from. It's called Rural King. I bought another, I like to have a lot of American flag shirts and stuff. I wear them a lot through the summer, actually throughout the year. But what I could have done too is just made another, went on the inside row again, possibly. That might have done something. I don't know. My wreath is on the 18-inch form from Walmart. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this, what I'm doing here, for sure. I'm going to see what it looks like when I get done. Just after I see what I'm doing, because I don't know. Part of it looked really good, and now part of it doesn't, so I don't know. I just have issues. Maybe I skipped too many. I don't know. like, that looks really good. This one and this one look really good. This one's not so bad. This one looks bad. I don't like it. You're not late. Oh, that's okay, Amanda. Yes, it was nice seeing you. It's all right. Let's see. Here. Yeah, I guess that's better because that one's not in there. Okay. It's making too big of a jump, I think. I just want it to be full. And I don't want it to be see-through. You have to remember though, you're going to be putting some ribbon on here, you're going to be doing some, oh, you're welcome, Tammy. Yeah, nobody's ever late. I bet. I can relate to that. Definitely relate to that. Yep. I totally understand that. Your wreath that you did make was so beautiful. So beautiful. You did really good. Did he ever really say how much that they raised for the animal shelter? I don't know if they did or not, but I know they raised quite a bit. So where do you work, Amanda? I don't know if I asked you that or not. Silly dogs. I just wish I could craft all day. I even enjoy cleaning my craft room too, you know. It needs it bad. So I really don't have the idea how this is all going to work out, so I don't know if I'll... Oh, I see. I knew they were selling the Mevo tickets, but I didn't realize it was going to the shelter as well. Gotcha. I think it's really difficult to work full-time and craft, but it's, especially if you're wanting to make it a business, but you know, nothing worthwhile is easy, right? So that's what I keep telling myself. If you want it, you gotta work for it. Oh, Express Scripts. Oh, I see it. You're a pharmacist. Oh, okay. I use a lot of pharmacy. I'm a hospice nurse. So I call a lot of, we don't use Express Scripts a lot, but I know how busy you can be. I can only imagine. So at my craft show, it was so windy, I went to get on my live, and as soon as I did, I probably went on my live maybe 5 minutes. Yes, crafting is good therapy for my job. But I was on my live for a short time, and my rack started to fall over. I'm like, oh my gosh, there go my racks. It's crazy. The wind was just, and we had them anchored down too, but the ground was so soft, So the anchors didn't do really very well, and so of course, you know, that's my first show. So my husband's like, okay, next time this is what we're doing. So my next show isn't until September. So I mean, I enjoy doing it, meeting people, and like I said, I have a lot of local sales anyway. So it was nice to get out in the community, but I don't want to work myself into a weekend job. If I wanted to do that, I could do hospice every weekend too. Okay, so I'm going to just check this out and see what I think. Anybody have any comments? I sold 3 wreaths. I think I paid $25 for my booth, so I made my money back for that, and it's not even 10 minutes from my house, so, you know, so that was the biggest expense I had was, you know, going down and picking up my brother's enclosed trailer to haul stuff, so, but that's not a big deal either. And then I didn't even have to take it all the way back. I just took it out to my other brother's house, so. Alright, so let's see. So what do you think? Does that look lopsided? What do you think? I think it looks pretty full. That's kind of what I wanted. Can't really see through it. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut some of those. I'm just thinking. So like I said, that's going to be kind of offset. It's going to be hanging out a little bit, but once I get ribbons and this in here. Alright, so somebody help me. The woodland curl, is it 35 inches? Or does it really matter? It's whatever you want. 20 inches, 30 inches. I thought somebody said 35 at one time. Oh, I love this. Isn't this, can you see how pretty this is? I got this from Old Time Pottery. I love that. That is definitely it's a fabric mesh as well. It's very patriotic. It'll go perfectly with this sign because this isn't a bright blue and it's not a bright red. And I didn't want to have anything that had sparkle in it. You know, I mean, not that it wouldn't probably have gone, but this is very matte, you know, so I wanted something to, all right, are you going to, that's right, are you going to go to Rule King? So anyway, so I'm going to cut this, and then, that's my husband. I don't know how somehow he gets to type on. He's an administrator on my page, but he doesn't sign in, so I don't know. He doesn't know how come he responds as Wreath Addiction. Is it crazy? I know this sign is awesome. It's a Walmart, guys. Walmart. It wasn't really that cheap. I don't know if it was 10 or 12. It might have been $12. I'll have to look at my receipt. But you know, I mean, you just can't. That's awesome. I just love that. Yeah, isn't it? I know. I don't know all the rules. Scott was saying those things on his the other day, but I'm like, I thought we weren't supposed to say those, but I didn't say that. I'm like, okay. Oops. Oh my gosh. Looks like I just have my dog on my lap, you know? See can you see all that? All this from this stuff. Looks like I just have my animal on me. So, alright, so let me think. Do I want to do, I know at least, oh great, yes, you're so lucky. Do you know how lucky you are? Your mom is awesome. You guys are so cute together. I'm sure you know, otherwise you wouldn't be spending time with your mom, but how lucky you are to have your mom. So lucky. And she is so sweet. And you guys are funny together. It looks like you have a great relationship. How awesome is that? My mom was my best friend. I miss her. That's how I became a nurse. I quit my job as a teacher's aide to stay home and take care of my mom until she passed away. And then I'm like, no, I do. She didn't. She was really sick. She didn't, and I didn't know anything about healthcare at that time, so I thought she had a long time, but she didn't. She passed away in September, but I was an aide, so I had to renew whether I was going to go back to work or not in July, and I thought there's no way I could go back, so stayed home to take care of my mama. Best thing I ever did, though. I love her to death, and she wanted to be at home, and we were able to make that happen. We were lucky. That was hard, though. So are you off today, Deborah? Or Amanda, I'm sorry. Get out of there, Thor. What did I do? Those a little bit. Yeah. All right. So before I actually, you know, sell this wreath, I'll come back and I'm gonna use some pliers and make sure my zip ties are tight, and I'll make sure all my pipe cleaners are on tight. So I know I don't think I'm gonna do 20. I think 30 at least. So let's see what 30 looks like. And sometimes instead of cutting and wasting a piece, I just kind of put it in my hand to see how big that's going to be. I think 30 is going to do it. I think so. And if it's not, then I can always say it should have, but I'm going to do whatever makes it look right to me. So that was a good time at Scott's. He should have us down there again for a day. That's you know, that's a good day. And he had so much going on. Oh my gosh, he probably got a lot of new viewers just from that day, you know. He was awesome. And he's such a genuine person, too. How far away do you live, Amanda? I mean, he had a lot of people there, you know. I mean, Meshman's close, I'm close, and really, for that matter, Stephanie's not all that far away. So do I want it up or down? Sometimes I kind of like them up. I'm really going to get mad at this stupid computer. Really get mad. No, I live in Beneld. I live about, I think it took me like 35 minutes to get there. You live 5 minutes away from Scott. So I work for Heartland Hospice. Are you familiar with Heartland Hospice? And they're out of Fairview Heights. Yeah, I live in Beneld, which is near Staunton, Illinois. And like if you get off you can get off at the Staunton exit, or you could get off at the Mount Olive exit from 55. yes, I will definitely be at Crafters Convention. I'm very excited about that. I'm in Scott's group, and I'm also in Lori from Hardworking Mom. So she's having her, they're having their like meet and greet. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, very excited. Yep, my husband will be there too. I don't know if you actually got to meet him. He was outside with Chris most of the time. So he's very supportive in my business, but he's just like doesn't know where to fit in yet, you know. So he's very good. I can't ask for. He's always. I tell him what I want. He tries to understand what I want. I try to show him pictures of what I want. I know it'll be nice. I've never met Lori or Amanda or Crazy Maisie. So I'm excited. Excited. Yep, I need to actually get my hotel booked. I haven't decided if we're going to stay every night because we only live a few minutes away, but I definitely think we'll probably stay like Friday night and maybe Saturday night because I think the guys are doing something, going out or something, so maybe not Thursday night though. We'll see. Depends on if we have somebody to take care of the dogs. My son's living here right now, so if he's here in June, then we shouldn't have any problems. So everybody does this a little different. And he builds her, yeah, I don't know, can you see the ribbon rack back there? My husband built that for me. He doesn't really complain about my supplies. My husband realizes that, you know, and once I get, I mean, I know we're always going to need ribbon and stuff because you're using it, but, you know, if you can get some, a good base, you know, set up of 50-yard rolls, that'll help, you know, and then you're just buying, replacing that as they run out, and then buying the specialties like, you know, for the holiday and stuff. So, but yeah, he doesn't complain too much. My son, who carried in some stuff yesterday for me, says, "Mom, you have a problem." I said, "Well, really, I'm going to use it." I found, though, that it's been the last few weeks since I was trying to get ready for this craft fair and stuff. I have not really had crafted the way I had been crafting, so I'm looking forward to just getting out there and getting my crafting going. So and I'm going to try and do, I know we do lives, but I'm also going to try and do some videos to put on YouTube, so without being on a live, and see how that works out too, to help expand, because I know a lot of people when you put your stuff on YouTube, they don't like all the talking that we do. They just want you to give them the gist of it and move on. So how many ribbon racks does your mom have? Do you craft at your mom's, or do you have your own craft area at your house, or? Are you guys in business together? I really like this. I know. I love ribbon. I love it. I have, let's see, I got a cart with Deco Exchange, because once I found out that, and if anybody knows that, Deco Exchange, if you spend $250, you get 30% off. So it's kind of like wholesale pricing, but not, because, you know, you still are going to be paying tax on it, but you're getting 30% off. So that's a pretty good deal. So if you spend $250, you get 30% off, plus you're getting free shipping. So I was looking at that because I was looking at Sims. So I have a cart of stuff in Sims, and I'm like, okay, so I have like, what do I have in the cart? Like almost $200 worth of ribbon and mesh in my cart. And that's really, I don't think I have any picks, just ribbon and mesh in the cart at Sims. And that alone, just for the $200, was going to be $44 in shipping. And that, it's really, really, you know, so I'm just trying to like weigh out. So is it worth that? I mean, I guess it is, because, you know, like Deco Exchange doesn't have the ribbon that I was looking at Sims. But it was, you know, most of it was 50-yard rolls. So it's like, okay, so you might be getting it a little cheaper at Sims, but you're paying for the shipping. You know, you may not be paying tax, but you're still paying shipping. So, and then somebody said something about shipping it to a business, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet, because even when I put like my husband's business name in there, where he works, it still came up the same price. So I don't know. I am too. Well, and you want to, I mean, I don't know, just sitting here and not having anybody respond back to you, you know what I mean? I just thought I'd do a video and put it out there, I guess kind of like a tutorial maybe. And I haven't figured out, I just don't have time, to be honest with you, on, what's going on here? On editing my videos so that I can edit out the stuff. I'm like, I don't have time for that. You know, I work full time, and so, but I do know that social media is definitely the way to go, you know, so I guess we're not going to appeal to every person anyway, whether we talk too much or don't talk too much, you know, they'll find, everybody has their niche who they like to watch, you know, so, and that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. We're all unique. If I was exactly the same as Lori or anyone else, then, you know, there'd only need to be one of us. So what do you think? Yes. So I have my EIN number, but I also had to go through the state of Illinois to get my sales, it's called sales tax number, because your EIN number is different than your sales tax number. So once you have your EIN, though, then you have to go and apply for your sales tax number. They're not the same. I thought they were too for a long time, but they're not. So you have to go get, and that's through like the Department of Revenue. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely not the same as anyone else. Yeah. And I think we can all learn from each other. I know a lot of people don't understand how we promote other people's businesses, but there's enough people out in this world that we can all be profitable and be cordial and support each other, you know. So yeah, it was definitely not fun. The state of Illinois is a pain in the butt. So if you're in with Scott's group, I would definitely ask him, because he does know what to do. What was it called? I think it's under My Tax, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's under My Tax, Illinois. So is where I filled that out. But actually, Casey Lemongello from she's in Lori's group with me. She helped me. We were on a she FaceTimed me, and we ended up, I showed her all my pages and everything. Hi, Becky. Good to see you. How are you today? Are you at home today, or are you helping Scott today? So I'm making a patriotic wreath. I'm using burlap, and then I have fabric mesh, and this is my sign. I just love that sign. That sign's at Walmart. So and and this is fabric mesh that I got from Old Time Pottery, and it's red, white, and blue. It's perfect. It's exactly what this sign needs. You're making a few signs today. That's good. So how is it going? Because you're full-time, right, with working on your own business. You're not working at another job anymore. So how's that going? Good? Hey, Janice. Thanks for joining. So I know other people do this differently, and I normally don't do it this way, but I don't feel like dragging out my chip clips, so this is what I'm doing, and I kind of like the way it's looking. It's very unique, very unique-y. So Amanda, did you, I think you left before Becky made her very first wreath on Scott's. Did you watch it? She did an awesome job. I tell you what, after seeing how you put those colors together, I just love that, and I'm thinking about getting those colors myself. I have a pink, you know, breast cancer thing too, so it's really, really did an awesome job. Thank you. I just love this sign. I'm in love with this sign. I love that sign. I really love burlap. I think sometimes they just turn out so good. So I am going to do a giveaway. I hit my 1,000 thumbs up. I need to order another one of these from Deco Exchange. So I'm gonna get on Lori's page, and you watched it when you got home. It did turn out awesome. She's an O Pro. Yeah, that's for sure. When I got home that night, I cleaned. I started cleaning because all my wreaths were out in the car trailer, and or the enclosed trailer, and I thought this is the perfect time to actually not have to move a ton of stuff. So I cleaned my kitchen, cleaned my dining room, which is where all the wreaths were at, and then I'm telling my husband, I'm like, I don't want to put the wreaths back in the dining room. So anyway, so then that's what I did. I actually cleaned all day Sunday, my house. I mean, when you work full-time and then you want to craft and you're working on your business, cleaning is the last thing. So it's straight, but it got some deep cleaning Sunday, which it needed it. So hi Sandy, thank you for sharing the love. Oh, thanks Amanda. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the 1,000 thumbs up. I appreciate it, everybody. It's not possible with all the people that were supporting my page and me and giving me encouragement, because I read posts every day that people just want to give up, because while everybody is supportive, it takes a while to grow your business. You know, just because you make a wreath doesn't mean you're selling a wreath and you've got money out there. Hi Rhonda. So the one thing for me is that because I am a nurse and I do travel, I don't go to just one job daily. I work for Heartland Hospice, so I go to different facilities, and people have seen my wreaths that I'm Facebook friends with, and I have sold wreaths that way. So that makes my reach a lot, you know, it's because they know me. They're not ordering off a line and things like that, so that's helped me. And I live in a very small community, and I've done a lot of things. Everybody knows everybody. You know how those communities are. So I have a lot of people that just know my name and liked my wreaths, and then I have posted some on the little marketplace things. I can tell you that I put my price out there, and I don't take, somebody asked me if they want less or want me to take less. I don't. So just be firm. All right, so let me think. I think I'm going to put some on the inside too, just to make sure. The one thing I did not realize was I maybe should have been paying a little bit more of attention instead of talking, right, Amanda? But like one end is blue and red and white, and then the other end is just like blue and red. So maybe I should like every other one, don't you think? I think. So I'll flip them around because I think that's what's going to make that look better. A simple fix. All right, Janice, enjoy your granddaughter. You have to enjoy those grandkids. I know mine are going to be here tonight. They don't usually, they just want to be here. They don't really care if they're with me. They just want to be at my house. So, which is fine. All right, so that one works. I guess maybe it's going to be an odd number. Let's see. So red, white. So we'll just leave those two the way they are. All right, so let's see. Thanks. I'm loving the way it's turning out too. Love it. So Old Time Pottery has got still a very good stock of this mesh. I really want to go to the one in St. Louis on 270. That was a bigger one than the one I go to in Fairview Heights. I don't know if I have to fill out another form there or not, though. I may. I have to fill out a form because it's a different state. So, it's a bigger one. Do you ever go to Old Time Pottery, Amanda? Thanks for liking my page. I appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Alright, so let's see. See if I can fix this to where it won't be so, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really care. I think it's going to look good no matter what. Need to run over and get the other. Oh. So these are 30 inches long, and this is a version of the woodland ruffle. From Tiffany at Woodland Ridge Designs, I think. I'm not sure what her name is. I need to, there are a lot of us, and trying to remember all the different names of our businesses can be a challenge. Thanks, Patsy. That's two things in my way. Do you ever go to the one in on 270? It's right across the river, pretty much. It's by there's a Schnucks there too. I went there once, and oh my gosh, they had a lot. So, but I haven't been back there since. Only one time I went. I can get another, oh yeah, cool beans. Lucy, get out of there. Get out of there. Thanks, Kathy. I got it at Walmart. And I was at a different Walmart today and they had it too, so. I got another pig. I don't know, it's over there. So I did the pig floral, and I was at a Walmart in Edwardsville and they had the pigs, so I bought another one. I'm probably not going to make it till next year though. It's the only place I've seen have the pigs. After I initially bought the one. Somebody was asking me for a SKU number on that, so if you're watching and you want the SKU number on the pig, let me know and I can look at it. So I didn't cut that tag off of this one yet. So when I have this, and I think I have a 10" of the just red fabric mesh. So I think I'm going to do a pancake one, alternating this with the red, I think. So I haven't decided fully yet. So Crafters Convention is at the end of June. Is anybody else going to Crafters Convention? All right. Okay, so it's looking like to me the sign's gonna have to go. You're funny. Right there. All right, let's see. So I didn't want sparkle in the mesh. Do I want sparkle in the ribbon? Because I don't know if really there's any patriotic ribbon that doesn't have sparkle in it. Let's see what else I have over there. That's not the right blue. So this doesn't have sparkle in it. I don't know if we want truck though. Actually, I do have one that doesn't have sparkle in it. And it's the right color blue. Winner, winner, winner. Chicken dinner. My phone not ready to die. I'm going to start off with 12 because I'm not going to put a ribbon tail under the sign. It's kind of silly to do that. I really had a hard time with that at first, so I really decided or started trying to place my sign because I don't want to, ribbon's expensive, don't want to waste my ribbon. So, start off with 12 and I'm going to use my Perfect Tails from the Soul Sisters. Comments are popping up for some reason on my screen. I need to do something about these updates, dear. Four, 5, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Yes, this is so pretty. You like this one or the striped one? The burlap star? Yes, absolutely. I didn't realize that it didn't have any glitter in it. I was really happy because that's what I want for this. I don't want a lot of glitter in this, so I was pretty happy. I'm trying to get my stuff to open. I'm trying to get, you know, be more professional. It's funny. So I can post my link. There's Amanda. She's one of the Soul Sisters. Hey, Casey. She makes the Perfect Tails, and these were my Perfect Tails with my custom color. I have the yellow, purple, and the pink. I'm trying to get my page to open up. I know, isn't this sign awesome? I love that sign. I think it's gonna go really, really, I'm gonna make a bigger bow on this side. That's what Amanda said. I know. I don't know what to do with it. I just really, to be honest with you, haven't even tried to get a hair appointment. I am an affiliate. I just have to get my Word program to show up. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, Amanda, but I'm pretty sure I am. I just have to get, it's all in my Word document that wasn't wanting to load, so I'm just looking to see. I had everything set up, I thought, so, but my computer is like not wanting to do anything. Yes, there it is. I hope this is right. We'll find out. Okay. Enter. You did your own, and now you need to find somebody to cut it. Yeah, well, I'm about ready to cut my bangs, but it's been, I have not cut my hair in, so I'm trying to think, where's the pen? There it is. So I haven't gotten my hair cut since December, which is probably the longest I've ever went without. I usually go every 8 weeks to get my hair cut. So that's the longest I've ever been. So, and usually I blow dry, it's kind of flipping and doing all that stuff. Usually I blow dry it a little bit more, but I'm like, it's real, people. This is me on my day off. So I love my perfect tails. I started off with cardboard. You know, I watched Lori's lives, and you know, she said you don't have to have a lot to start off, and you don't. You can start off with cardboard, but I can tell you that if you're going to be serious about making wreaths, your cardboard is going to get very weak and flimsy, even though I put duct tape on it, just like Lori did. And then it bends as you're wrapping your ribbon, and you're taking extra time because you're trying to make sure that your tails are the right length. So whenever they came out with these, I signed up right away. So I was pretty happy, and I couldn't wait to get them, and I love them. Some people even use them to help measure out mesh. You know, they get because they have different sizes too. They have the smaller ones. What are they called? What are they called? Tiny tails? What are they called? The smaller ones. Thanks, Amanda. What are the smaller ones called? I do need to get those. I use these a lot, and I just haven't taken the time. But they have smaller ones that are what, 8, 9, and 10, something like that. A lot of people use the 10 one to measure out their mesh, which is a really good thing, because sometimes I take stuff with me, like if we go to Cloyd's parents and you know we're just going to be spending the day visiting and stuff. There's sometimes I'll get some wreath bases done. You know, a lot of times you know what your base is going to be. You know that, so you can just whip out a couple bases, get your tiny tails. Okay, teeny tiny tails, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. And so you could take that 10-inch one, measure your mesh with that. You know, you're not carrying, I was carrying one of these with me. I did carry the great big one with me to Saturday, but it was so windy I couldn't work on anything. I was very disappointed about that. But I use all of my time. Sometimes I'd take stuff upstairs too. I mean, because I work down here in the basement, and sometimes I like to be upstairs because, like I said, my son's moved in, which I'm happy. But, you know, I can't have my dogs down here. And I like my dogs to enjoy our time at home because we work. So when we're home, I like for somebody to be upstairs with them. So sometimes I'll just take some stuff upstairs. And a lot of times the other day, right before my craft show, I took like 3 21 inches of mesh upstairs, and whipped out 3 bases because I knew kind of what the signs were going to be, and then I went ahead and did some of the filler, you know, rolls or curls or ruffles or whatever I was going to do. So they're very, very handy. Tool, absolutely. Oh, for tutus, yeah, but they could also measure your tool for your what do we call it? Our tubing. That would be awesome too. I never even thought about that. So I really have a hard time with the tubing. I usually don't measure much. I just kind of look at the size of it and then try and make sure I get the right size on the next one. So, but I have to say I'm loving how this has turned out. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So my affiliate links are there. I am in Lori's group. I am in Scott's group, and I'm in, I also did join Khalees so I could learn a little bit more from her videos. I learn a lot from Lori and Scott too, but Lori does a lot of that greenery stuff. But on Khalees stuff, she has her videos, and she is very awesome at that too. Her videos, her tutorials, or whatever you want to call, what are they called? Teachables. That's the word I was looking for. I mean, like, one step is exactly the step that you're going to need. The next step, she does one step at a time. It's not like she creates something in an hour, and they're like 5 or 10 minute long, and then you can look and see how she's placed stuff in there. So, and that's what I need, because I'm not really good with the floral part, and I think that you can be very, and I'm very drawn to florals. I thought I would never make anything with flowers. And I'm drawn to florals. I mean, it doesn't matter. I want it all. I have tons of stuff, you know. So, and now I want to figure out how to do the Mod Podge stuff that Lori trained us on in our group. So I'm looking for the Mod Podge stuff so I can make some of my own signs. And I'm just telling you, if you're really serious about a business, I'm sure Amanda agrees, Amanda Hazy, and probably Casey with Lemon Drop, you know, being in a group just helps you figure out what you can do and how you can make this business without working yourself to death. There's, you know, there's ways of creating an income with this, so that you're not making 50 wreaths a month, you know. Well, I don't want to make a wreath a day, but I do like to do a couple wreaths a week. So, hi, Nikki. Thanks for joining. I don't think I recognize your name. I have some new people on here today. Thanks. So, Amanda, at Crafters Convention last year, you guys did a pajama party. Absolutely. Do your research. Absolutely. And I feel like in our group, Kathy, on our Zoom calls, we are very helpful to each other. I think so. I love our Zoom calls. I missed several of them, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get on Sundays, but I'm supposed to work from 8 to 5, so we'll see. But yeah, I totally agree. So you did the pajama thing. Do you want to do a tutu thing on for Crafters Convention this year? Tutus and tiaras, something like that. I'm just teasing. I don't know. But anyway, be fun. We should have a theme, right? I'm all for pajamas again, to be honest, because I wasn't there last year. I wanted to go, and I kind of felt awkward because I really wasn't. I was just doing it really as a hobby last year, but I was like so freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're at my old time pottery, and you were in Fairview Heights. And I was there earlier that day. I was so depressed that I didn't go a little later in the day because I missed you guys, but I'd have been like seeing a movie star. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm super excited about going, and my husband's going to be there, and I'm super excited about that. He's very supportive of me and my business, and I tell you, I wouldn't be able to do it without him. You know, I really wouldn't. So we all have to have that support. Some husbands support differently than others. You know, my husband makes things. He was the one that loaded up my vehicle and went to you know, took all my stuff to the craft show, and I mean, yeah, so I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't do anything without him. Yeah, do your research. Well, and if you find out, you join one and you find out it's not for you, then don't continue, you know. It's about figuring out what you need, what's best for you, and then if it's not yours, then, you know, try and find someone that is for you. You know, so yeah, Scott's helped me out a lot because he knows a lot about the Illinois stuff. And I tell you what, Illinois is probably one of the most difficult states. I'm sure you guys have heard about Illinois on the news all the time, you know, like we shut down, and I mean, it's just awful. So it's definitely, if it weren't for Casey helping me get through some of that stuff, I probably still wouldn't have my tax number to get stuff at a wholesale price. It was just so frustrating. So, you know, if you can find someone in your local state, a biz buddy, it doesn't necessarily have to be a group, if there isn't one, but find someone to, I should, easy bow maker. Oh, definitely. You know, so that you can, I only got 6 there. I know, I should. Then I'll just roll away, right? I actually, I love that thing, but right now my craft room is such a mess. I've got stuff behind my mesh roller here, and everything's getting caught. So I have to take a day to clean the craft room, but I'm sure less struggles. You're probably very right. Well, and I'm definitely not, I'm just now starting to get 50-yard rolls. So I'm used to using the little smaller rolls, and when you get a bigger roll, it's a bigger thing to move around. So, I think my dog, well, maybe somebody's home. Who's home? What time is it? Maybe Josh is home. It's almost 4 o'clock. So he'll be wanting to let Duke in, I'm sure. So, let's see. Hello?
Hello?
So I had Duke outside so that I can have my dogs down here, but you can swap them now. You can leave my dogs upstairs and bring Duke in. I was getting ready to do that, but I'm on a live video, so.
You're fine. So Duke is outside?
Yes.
Okay.
Duke is outside. I thought my dogs would stay down here more because they whine at the door while I'm down here, and then I let them down here and they're upstairs, so I can't win. They're just like children. So.
Dude, oh, that's Lucy.
What?
I don't think that's Duke.
What?
The poop.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't look like a Duke there.
Alright. We'll take care of it. So anyway, so.
Come on, Lucy.
So like I said, I'm only starting off with 12 because I don't want to put ribbon tails where it's going to just be covered up anyway. So. And when I first started making wreaths, I always just did my ribbon tails. I mean, I had my sign picked out and stuff, but I put ribbon tails in every slot, and then a lot of them were covered up. So unless you really need it in order to, you know, help hold up your sign, I probably would try and be a little bit more. Oh, she's running from you, is she?
Hey, come here. Or go upstairs. Go upstairs. Come on. Go upstairs.
Come here, Luce. Come here. Come here.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Come here. Come here. Here's my little fatso. Love you too. All right.
Come here, girl. Let's go.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I like to use, I did from Brenda's, Wreath, Wreath Creations, Wreath Creations by Busy Bees. I never can get her name right. Hazy Heart and Home, I remember that one now. But I use Brenda all the time. Brenda's always on here. Oh, Creations by Busy Bees, right? She's the one that I watched her video over and over and over again about how to put the ties on the Dollar Tree frame. I use the Dollar Tree frame most of the time. I have some bigger frames. I use them occasionally. Gives you a bigger, taller, you know, wreath. So, just depends on what you want. Gives you a different look. I bet they are. Oh, I saw a sign. Where did I see a sign at? I think it said a Crazy Flamingo Lady. Look at Doodlebug Lane wreath signs. I'm pretty sure her sign said something like that. Crazy Flamingo Lady or something like that. And I thought of you whenever I saw that sign. So now what I have to decide, because I don't always do that. Some people take their tails and they turn them sideways on the bottom. I don't always do that. Yes, she is a great teacher, and she has a group too. She has a creative group. She doesn't have a business group, but she does have a creative group, and she has a lot of good ideas too. Lots of good ideas. So, like I said, you have to find the person that you learn from, you know, you relate to, just like Kathy said, you know. I'm in a business group, and I'm in a couple of creative groups, because while I may have ideas on my mind, sometimes I don't know how to execute them, how to make them happen. And somebody's probably done something I've already thought of, so, you know, the idea, and it just helps you bring your project to life. So, do you guys know each other, Amanda, Hazy? Do you know Amanda? She made a beautiful wreath at Scott's live last weekend. I don't know if you caught any of that, the 25,000 follower live last week. Oh, definitely get your affiliate link, Amanda, definitely. I need to be paying attention when Scott opens up his affiliate stuff too, and I don't know if Damon has affiliates or not. I'm not on that one, but I should be. Oh, good. Amanda. There's a lot of Teresa's out there too. I mean, because I'll be watching somebody's live and they'll be like, "Hi, Teresa," and I'm like, "I don't think I was on that live." So we'll see. I may end up turning these sideways. Let me show you what one looks like sideways so that you guys can see. I'm sure if you've crafted before you know, but let's just see.
Love you, Mom. I'm going to Troy. I'm going to check out an apartment in Troy.
Is that where she is?
She's at work right now. I'm going to go pick her up.
Okay. Alrighty. Good luck. Love you too. So I don't know. So here's one folded down. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh well. Let's see if I can find it on here. Wrong way. So there it is, folded down. And then this one is upright. And I may be able to tell more once I actually get the sign put on. Now the sign that I have before, I was able to use my cutter. Yeah, you could. Yeah, my husband made my ribbon rack for me, so. Well, I'm glad you guys were on my live, and now you got your affiliate link for the Perfect Tails. Awesome. See, you accomplished something today. Yay! All right, where'd that one go? There it is. So I gotta get some more ribbon ordered though, because I'm afraid to wait too much longer because I got some Halloween stuff in every cart. And I think I'm really pretty good on Christmas ribbon because I had already decided to do this business, make it a business at Christmas time, like since seriously. Oh yeah, I'm hoping, yeah. Those are really complicated, I think. I'm not good with that yet either. Are you talking about for your Etsy stuff too? And, you know, because, and that's the other thing I still need to watch. I need to make a calendar. I need to say craft one day, be on the computer one day, do paperwork one day, like keep up with, you know, like my sales and things like that. Work on Etsy one day. I want to do Pinterest, you know, but to be honest with you, I'd rather just be down here doing crafts all the time, you know, so. So all that other stuff kind of falls behind the waistband, and then I'm aggravated because I'm not having any sales on Etsy. And honestly, it's my own fault, right? Because you have to have that stuff right. I mean, that's just like, you know, that's the part of your job that's going to help things grow, you know, so. Yeah, I folded laundry this week too. That usually is what my husband does. My husband usually does the laundry. So I haven't really, I've been, you know, whenever you clean, then you end up with a lot more laundry. So I have some area rugs that are in the wash, and some blankets and things like that. So I'm trying to get those things washed up because we're going to need to wash clothes for work soon. So, let's see. Yeah. Definitely. Alright, so I know that that's going to be more over here. So Okay, so whenever you put the comment in your section and you hit enter, at the bottom down there it says like, reply, and then it says pin comment. And that's how you pin it. So like right underneath your comment that you, like when you post it, you'll see it. Because like right here it says I can unpin it too, so. So the swat, that is for the mesh roller. Like I said, Susie's mesh roller. And her mesh roller is very advanced. She has a collapsible one. She has a couple of different styles. I haven't quite decided. I thought about the collapsible one for myself, to be honest, but I never put stuff away, so I probably won't get that one. What a good day. And folding laundry. Look how much you're getting accomplished, Amanda. Wow, I'm so jealous. Like, you're getting laundry done, you're learning about your business, you've got an affiliate link, you know how to pin a comment when you go live. You're rocking it today. Let's see. Let's pray. So that's going to be right through there. I actually may move this one. You're asking me why. So the reason why I'm going to move this one is because I am going to have a bow that's probably going to be in here, in this area, and the tails are going to go down. So that bow is going to be covered. So I think I'm going to stick it in this one right here. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to put that back underneath there because I want more support for that sign. So this is a heavy sign. So when I pulled that out, did you see how it kind of came out? And I do remember I did that too. Let's see. So if I need to, hi Lisa. So, like I said, this is kind of a heavy sign. So my middle doesn't have a lot in here. So I learned from Laura Jean of, is it Laura Jean's Wreath Room, I think? Laura Jean, what is her name of her business? I can't remember. I think it's Laura Jean's Wreath Room. You can put some ties back here, and then I could just stick some mesh there that will help hold that. So, but I'll find out once I get done, because that's something that can be added at the very end once I figure out where my sign's going to actually go. So, but will help hold up that center. Alright, so I still have one. We'll see. I may end up using that somewhere. Okay. Maybe up here. I don't know. No. Kind of wondering about that. I don't know if I want this one. I don't want a big bright one. We'll see. Thank you. So when you're placing your sign, use your mesh to help hold, when you're pushing your pipe cleaner through, to help hold everything. Okay, there's one. This is pretty thick. Thicker than the one I made at St. Patrick's Day, I can tell you that. Sorry guys, I'm being a little quiet, thinking, making sure. So here we are so far. The one that's probably going to be the hardest problem is going to be this one here, because there's really not a lot to connect it to. So I really think that that's probably going to be what we need to do. And I'm probably just going to take that leftover mesh that's in there. And so basically I need to make sure that I got stuff there. So what we're going to do Laura Jean, I've used your technique one other time, and it might have been for this type of thing that I used that on that shamrock wreath actually. Oh, let me do this first. Hi! How are you doing today? Is it Shailene or is it Shailene? Shailene? Shailene. 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 I love the way it's spelled. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Very good. Okay. Oh, still up here. All right. So Shailene. I think you told me that before. I'll get it. I think you were on one of my other lives, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being on my live. So sorry about not knowing how to pronounce your name. It's beautiful, though. I love that. All right. Duke, get out of there. Too many dogs in this house. He's checking out all my stuff over there. I got craft stuff on the floor that I have not actually put away yet. I know, I'm sorry though, that's... Believe me, people sometimes don't even know how to pronounce Teresa. Teresa. That's fine. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Do I want to cut it in 2 sections? I think I do. So that it's so what I'm doing is I'm trying to just give myself a little bit of filler. Where am I going to go with this guy? To hold my sign. My sign is very round and thick, and I don't want it to sag in the center. So thank you. So if you do want to follow me when I go live, just type live in the comments. And you should get a message from my bot. I think I'm going to go ahead and do 3 just to make sure it's going to be enough. And I think I have some actually left over from a smaller wreath that I did. This doesn't have to be perfect. We'll just keep that one. All right. So basically, I'm just going to roll this, and I'm going to make like a infinity ribbon. I think for sure what I want to do, because I want it to be, I want to have enough poof to hold it up. Again, this isn't just to help it look pretty or anything like that. This is just to hold the sign in place so that it doesn't fall through. So hey, Jan. And all of them are going to go on this side over here, because this is where the edge of the sign's at. Because I already have this one sign holder here and one here, so I'm looking for something to place, hold on to my sign over here. Oh, let's take that tape off there. Is the bot working? It sounds like it is on my end, but I'm not quite sure. So whenever I actually finish this up, I will tie these off and hide them a little bit better. I think the last one I'm going to put is going to be right in there. Because you don't want your sign to be sinking. No sinking signs. No sinking signs. So you guys cooking supper. It's 4:25 my time, so I don't know where everybody else is at, but it's that's too short. Too short. Better. Oh, good. Thank you. So it just adds some fullness here in order to keep the sign from sinking, and that's what we really want. So like I said, I will trim all this stuff up so that it looks nice, tuck it, whatever I need to do, so that it doesn't look a hot mess back here. But I have to tell you, you're in Southern Illinois. I am in Beneld, Illinois, so I'm like on Interstate 55. I don't know if you know where that is, but like St. Louis, 55 and 64, I'll go to St. Louis, so I'm on 55. Before you get to Springfield, Illinois. I'm near Staunton, Illinois. Okay, so you've seen how that was already going that direction, so that's not what we're going to want. But it's going to give us enough poof here. I can already tell it's not going to sink, so mission accomplished, that's what we wanted it to do. We wanted to give it some, you know, something to hold it underneath there. So now I just have to figure out where I want to put the next I think I might put another one down in this area just because I should be able to attach it to the frame a little bit better. And maybe since I put those in there, I can pull this out now to kind of give that color again. See how that looks. Ontario, Canada. Oh, that's fun. Where'd you go for lunch? There we go. Before I do that, I'm going to be looking at a few of these things here because there's some things are going to be covered up. So what, are you near an interstate? We ate at the office. Okay, are you near some interstate like 24 or 57, 64? North Carolina. Hey, Joe. We're just talking about supper. It's probably 5:30 for you, right? Yeah, I need to wrap things up so I can be on my Zoom call. I don't want to, the reason why I stopped attaching the sign is because some of my pipe cleaners are covered up and I don't want to not be able to get to them in order to take care of them. So I don't want them sticking out underneath there. Did I already do that one? So just taking a little bit of time here and checking them out. Making sure that everything is the way it needs to be. Harrisburg. Oh, I definitely know where that is. Oh, we went to a cabin. What was it called? It was on the Ohio River. It was near, I think, Elizabethtown, if I'm not mistaken. It was by the Cave in Rock, I think it's called. Does that sound familiar? We did that a couple of years ago. fix that. Well, that one's a little loose for me. A little loosey-goosey. Cedar Hill, absolutely, that's it. I do believe we stayed in the cabin that was right on the river. Oh, yep. We stayed at the cabin that faces. It was the bigger cabin, and it faces the river. Yep. We did a family trip there before my son went to, yep, he was going to be deployed. So we did a family trip. We took four-wheelers and we went to Williams Hill Pass and rode four-wheelers there. Have you? That's a big cabin. It's got the upstairs and downstairs, the walkout. The walkout basement area and the hot tub. We took our own blow-up pool for the kids. It was a nice time. Yeah, it's very nice. And the people there were super nice. I don't know if it's under the same ownership. Like I said, it was a couple of years ago now that we went. Okay, I think we're good. That's really funny though that you stay in that same cabin. They're super nice people there. Okay, so let's see. I'm losing everything. Okay, so let's see. One in the blue. I'm gonna go that direction. Alright, so I'm gonna put one right here. I'm going to try and get on another live tonight because I don't know if I'm going to make another one. This, I sure will. Sorry. Daughter-in-law's calling me. Sorry. Give her a quick call on this that way, because I know the boys are coming over tonight. Oh. Okay. All the dogs over there snoring. Alrighty. Do you know where Williams Hill Pass is? Have you been there, four-wheeling? We had a good time there. And we rode our four-wheelers all over that campsite there. Alright, so what do we think so far? Just want to make sure it's not like smushed in there. Does it look smushed to you guys? Because it really isn't. This is just big. I don't know. Hi, Pat. I don't know. I don't think it's really smashed, but it kind of looks smashed. I think I don't know if I need to loosen those ties up a little bit. Oh, really? Cool. I'll have to tell my husband that. We're always looking for a place to go. There. I just don't want it to fall or slide. So, do you make wreaths too? Have a good night, Shailene. Shaylin, sorry, Shaylin. Have a good night. Oh man, I got dust all over these glasses. Okay. So, let's see. So, what other colors am I using? So, I think this one ribbon I got from Scott's is going to be good. So here's the box of stuff I got from Scott's. Oh. I forgot what all I bought. So I got this and this, which would have been good too, wouldn't it? Although that red's so bright. I think that red's perfect. This might be a little bit too bright too. I think actually those turned out really good. But this one, I think I'm going to use there. I got some pink and another. I make a lot of patriotic stuff, so I got a lot of patriotic. I have actually a couple orders for patriotic stuff from my craft show, some grave things. So I got this pink. I think this is going to go good with a flamingo. I got this green. I actually got that possibly even for Halloween. I got this brown for fall. I got 2 of these. And then I also got 2 of this cotton drift. So, and had 25% off on Saturday for his for celebration, so I did good. I did good. Alright, so that's gonna be there. So I definitely want some long ribbon tails. Well, let's just go 18. And I normally don't go between 6 and 7. I'm gonna go 6. And it's like barely to the 6. I'm sorry, you probably can't even see me because of this big wreath. So I'm thinking I might put some more flowers on this. I don't know. This is one of those, wasn't know if I'm real crazy about this bow or not. But I love this, God bless, and I cut it in half so that it's the right way both ways, so. I don't know, what do you think? While I'm making my ribbon here. A bow. Does anybody else have problems making bows? For some reason. My video froze up over here, so I was just seeing what's going on. Okay, so let's see. What in the world? So the day is almost over and I have to go back to work tomorrow. I did get my bathroom cleaned. So, I don't know about anybody else. Are they bad about not putting things back? I mean, my stuff is like a mess. Mess. Right. Let's see this one. So on this one we'll do oops, wrong way. I do that all the time. It's too short. There. Finally. Bows are not my best thing for sure. Hey, Chris. Haven't really decided what I want to do with this bow yet. Thanks for watching. Where are you from, Chris? Omaha, Nebraska. Do you make crafts? You do business name. I do business name. Oh, okay. Okay. How did you stumble onto me? Are you in someone's group? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I will go and check out your page. Do you do lives? I'm looking for something and it's just not coming. Oh, I know Becky and Meshman. Thanks, Becky. So you probably watched Scott. Alright, what am I gonna do? Oh, battery is low. Well, thanks, Bonnie. Thank you for your job, too. CNAs help us. They're our eyes and ears. I love my CNAs. I started out as a CNA. This one. I think I figured it out. Just gotta keep looking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Millie. I'm struggling figuring out what ribbon I want. Okay, so if I do that, I can do this, and then this, and then this. Okay, I think. Can we blues together? Or I'll do this. Doormats. I'm in Scott's coaching group too. I hardly ever get on. He does a lot of his stuff while I'm at work. So I usually watch the replay. So Debbie. Just trying to figure out my ribbons for this bow. Some days I can't get it all figured out. I need to, thank you. I need to watch some bow tutorials. I know we have a bunch of them, but I just need to sit down and watch them and practice while I'm watching, because I like to do like the funky bow and the terry bow. I just make this bow all the time, same bow I make all the time, so I just need to sit down one night and just make bows. See, I just don't. Yes. So if I'm gonna do just the 2, that'll be fine. If I'm going to do 4, then I need to make that shorter. I'll stick with 2. Thank you, Millie. This ribbon I got at, I'm pretty sure it was either, looks like Joann's, at the end of the season last year, because I would not paid $5 for a ribbon. Not for that small of a thing of ribbon. So I'm sure I got it on sale. Oh. I'm also on Khalie's page too, so Khalie, and she makes some amazing bows, and she breaks down step by step how to place stuff too, so I love that, because I really feel like sometimes I need that little bit of extra. Yes, I am going to be at the Crafters Convention. Hello! How is everybody tonight? This afternoon, this evening? Not used to being on it earlier. I've been on here for a while, since 2:15. You guys are probably sick of me. So I want to do 4 hoops of this. Well, good. We'll have to, I'm hoping he has a lot of people there that we can't find each other, but we'll have to figure out a way to find each other, right? This is what happens when I don't have anything prepared. Most of the time I like to have some of my stuff pre-cut. I didn't have anything cut. No ribbons, no mesh, no nothing today. So I got this ribbon here from Scott's. Thank you. I hope it is. I hope so. I love patriotic stuff. I don't think you can make a bad wreath with patriotic stuff, honestly. Okay, get one of these out here. Get one of these. Oops. So I use the zip tie. I just kind of lift it up a little bit. Stick my tie underneath here. I usually try to start a little bit before I pull it out. I try to do what Khalees says and hold it. Because once you tie it super tight or pull it tight, you're not going to be able to really move your stuff around a lot. Oh, good, Carol, thanks. Carol, I made a wreath for Carol, and she just sent me a message, and military wreath, and she said her daughter and her son-in-law love the wreath, so. Seems like I can do one good bow, and then one's not so good. And then I do one good bow, and then one's not so good. And I'm like, how come one time it can be good, and the other time it cannot be good? I don't get it. But that's why I think all my tails are always down. So I want to learn how to do some of the other bows where the tails are, you know, sometimes up at the top, one tail at the top, one tail down. Ooh! Cindy, that's hilarious, but oh my gosh, good for you. Congrats. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's a good price. Awesome. Good job. I just can't believe that. That's amazing. I bet you're shocked, right? And that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay, though. I don't know why these people keep calling me. I'm not going to answer. I don't even know who that person was, so. Cindy, where do you live? I sold 4 Patriotic Wreaths yesterday. I sold 5 total, and out of the 5, 4 of them were Patriotic. Okay, so I'm going to pull that tight. Alright, now I need to decide what ribbon will I put in the center. And sometimes I choose the ribbon that like I have the most of, so like the 50-yard rolls. Let's see if I have any. Any of that one? Ocean City, Maryland. Cool. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Alright, so that. Oh my, awesome. Well, now you can make another one. And $150, now you can go buy some more stuff, right? I usually cut at these at about 10, just because I want to make sure I have enough room to tie it. And then I'm going to cut all the way right here. So we're covering up the cable tie, the zip tie. So I'm going to cut that off. And I try and get this thin so that it doesn't make a big ridge there. And we're just going to cover the zip tie up. This one might have been a good one to use too, but I don't think you would have been able to see it because it's such a small piece. I don't think you'd have been able to see the plaid, so I went ahead and went with the other one. Oh, good. That's a good deal. Good for you. He's got a lot of nice stuff. I could just go crazy in there. But I had to stop myself. I put stuff back. Because I have a whole craft outlet order here I haven't even got to put anywhere yet. Thank you, Lily. I'm adding a few pieces. Aww. I was just gonna say, do you have a picture of it? Aww. Does she live near you? Evidently she does. I'd be in shock if somebody come by and offered to pay $150 for a wreath I had hanging on my door. Alright. Yeah, it is. Very easy. Like I said earlier, I think you missed it. I have stuff in my cart at Craft Outlet. I have stuff at Deco Exchange. I have stuff at Sims. I have stuff in my cart at with Scott. All over. Alright, so now this wreath is probably going to cost a pretty penny. Probably going to be one of my more expensive wreaths. My wreaths are pretty reasonable. Hey! So, trying to finish up here so I can eat something before we have our Zoom call. I was just hoping that this was going to be a good bow. How's it look? Be a good bow? Yeah, I got 25% off, and yeah, Deco Exchange is now doing, if you spend $250, you get 30% off, so that's a really good deal. And you get free shipping too, so I mean that's a really good deal. Because I was contemplating on my Sims stuff. Alright, come on, what's going on here? It's caught on something. I'm sure it's caught on some mesh. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So anyway, I was looking at my Sims stuff, and I have like $200 worth of stuff in my Sims cart. And most of it's 50-yard rolls of just like plaids and things like that. Nothing spectacular. And so I went to check the shipping on that, and it's between $41 and $45. And I'm like, man, you know, and I could probably have about the same amount of stuff from Deco Exchange and get 30% off and get free shipping. So just because you don't pay taxes doesn't mean that it's always a better deal. So what do you think? Did it turn out okay? Everybody like it? Hearts, thumbs up. You just craft for fun. You don't have a business. Gotcha. I was doing it just for fun too. And next thing I know, I spent too much money on supplies. So, and I just like it. So, and I want to make more. So next thing I know, thanks for the hearts, guys. How long you been crafting for fun, Cindy? You never know. You might get sucked in. You might get sucked in. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Cindy. Just trying to attach the bow a little bit. It's not going to be totally done, but I just want to be able to look at it myself without it falling. it's heavy. That's for sure. Oops. I need to get my easel up here so I can have my easel. Too much junk on my table. I got all my red and white flowers, red, white, and blue flowers out because I'm going to, these are my mom and dad's Easter flowers that I had out, so I'm going to take them out and put in red, white, and blue. So I went and picked those up yesterday after work. So let's see. I got it at Walmart. The sign is from Walmart. So let's see here. This will be the one that somebody will want me to ship because it's heavy. Very heavy. Very, very heavy. So, I think it's going to need that Walmart. Yeah, Wally Mart. Yep, that's for sure. I don't know, but this needs something there, so but let's see. Yeah, I'll turn it to the side and do something. Alrighty. Yep, that's right. Sure is. So thanks everybody for watching. Maybe I'll be on and get a little bit later tonight. It's my plan. So anyway, so thanks again. I appreciate everybody and all your support and your comments. And again, my bot, if you want to know when I go live, type live and my bot will send you a message. And if you like what you see and you think somebody else might like it, tell them about me. Always need more thumbs up. So, alright. Thanks everybody. You guys have a great day. Bye. Thanks, Cindy.